Welcome to Connected to Source with Rev Stephon, and I am again your host, Rev Stephon. Today we explore the deeper meaning of the Great Flood, not just as a historical event, but as a pattern of spiritual purification and consciousness renewal. Okay? So get excited for episode 4, the flood, divine cleansing and renewal. But as always, we'll make sure that we are in a sacred space, that this is a safe container, okay? That this is a safe container. So we want to open up with meditation, maybe 5 minutes or so, maybe not even that long. But remember, we want to breathe deeply, fill our diaphragm, what I call baby breathing, fill in the diaphragm, and we're going to hold it for a quick count and then breathe out. We'll breathe in positivity, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, we are breathing in positivity and breathing out negativity. Breathe in, breathe out. Center into sacred awareness. Feel the waters of consciousness. They're cleansing and purifying and renewing. It's divine flow moving through you. Again, breathe in, hold it, breathe out slowly. Cleansing, purifying, renewing. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out slowly. Remember, divine flow is moving through you. Okay, so again, this is episode 4, the flood, and we want to talk about flood symbolism. Remember that everything in the scriptures, in this book, is symbolic, right? We're not talking about a surface reading. We're not talking about a literal reading. We're talking about a deeper spiritual understanding, right? So the flood, we're going to talk about the flood as waters of consciousness, okay? Waters of consciousness. Again, the Great Flood is not just a historical event, but as a pattern of spiritual purification and consciousness renewal. These are waters of consciousness. These aren't just physical waters, but they represent the flowing nature of consciousness itself. Consciousness itself. The flood symbolizes divine mind washing through creation. Divine mind washing through creation, cleansing old patterns and preparing for new emergence. Okay? This is the same process that happens in spiritual transformation. The same thing that happens in spiritual transformation. The flood represents spiritual cleansing, consciousness purification, divine washing, and sacred renewal. Sacred renewal. Okay? So, in Hebrew, the word mayim represents water. It means waters, okay? The Hebrew mayim, waters, is a flowing awareness. It represents cleansing power, transformative force, and divine movement, okay? Divine movement. The Hebrew mayim. Flowing awareness, cleansing power, transformative force, and divine movement. Divine movement. This is a divine purification. The flood represents necessary cleansing cycles in consciousness. So just as water purifies these experiences wash away what no longer serves spiritual growth. Okay. In fact, getting rid of or detaching from the things or whatever it is that no longer serves us frees us, right, for spiritual growth. It frees us. So these experiences through the water, this purifying water, wash away what no longer serves our spiritual growth. This is a punishment, but preparation for higher awareness, okay? For higher awareness. And we spoke, I think, last episode about the significance of numbers. We went through the genealogy and the ages that were mentioned in this genealogy of Adam, leading up to Lamech, and leads us up to Noah. And so the 40 days, the number 40 represents complete transformation cycles. This isn't about calendar time. Remember, those days, like the number of days it took to create the earth and heavens and the heavens and earth, not like 7 days, 7 calendar days. These times represent eons and epochs and ages, okay? Right? And so this number 40 isn't about calendar time, but consciousness time. It is the period needed for complete renewal. Okay? It is the period needed for complete renewal. Each day, right? Each day in the 40 days represent a stage of transformation. Okay? So each day, all 40 days, they represent 40 stages of transformation. Okay? All right, you got that? And then we have this arc. We want to understand what the arc represents. Understand this arc consciousness, right? This arc consciousness. The arc represents sacred space. Like, we build sacred space here. So anytime we're together, we are building sacred space. We are building a safe container. So the ark, right, represents your inner sanctuary during transformation. This is your inner sanctuary. So the ark represents the inner sanctuary during transformation. Right? This isn't escape, but consciousness preparation. It's creating a safe space where essential wisdom can be preserved while transformation happens. Many of you may know, you may not know, but I love butterflies. I really do. I love butterflies. But one of the things that's interesting, very, very interesting, is what happens when that caterpillar, the caterpillar is busy engorging itself. Then there is this chrysalis that's formed, and this is the arc, right? This is the arc for that transformation to happen. So within that arc, and that while that transformation is happening, there is struggle. This creature is going through necessary struggle. In fact, if you were to aid this creature, that caterpillar in that struggle, then you would essentially cripple it. It is a necessary thing that must happen. This is a safe space. It was essential for transformation to happen. So this ark, right? This ark is a sacred space for us where essential wisdom can be preserved while transformation happens. And look, each day, the 40 days represents different stages of that transformation. Okay? Now, we know also that, Noah was given specific instructions on how to build this ark. This is what we call divine design, right? The divine design. The arc specifications reveal consciousness structure. Okay, reveal consciousness structure. So I love the God's word, but I know many of you probably read from the King James. So let me read the King James, and it says, and God said unto Noah, right? The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold. And so we talked about that, this whole thing in that bridge episode. So it says, make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion, this is the divine design. This is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make it to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. Okay? So these are the dimensions that Noah is given. This is the divine design. Okay? These are the ark specifications. And again, they reveal consciousness structure. So the three levels represent body, soul, and spirit, right? The lower, the middle, the upper. They represent body, soul, and spirit. The one window shows divine perspective. That one window, divine perspective. The divine perspective is represented by that one window, and the proportion, the number of cubits that were given, these proportions, these sacred proportions reflect divine order. There is a certain way, right, for things to happen during this transformation, during this time. In order for this transformation to happen, in order for you to be inside and utilize this ark, right? This ark, this sacred space, there are sacred proportions. They reflect divine order. And the single door indicates a focused entry point, right? A focused entry point. This is, where the connection for this, for things to happen, for this connection to happen, there has to be a focused entry point, okay? So these, these divine dimensions, three levels: body, soul, spirit, the sacred proportions, the consciousness structure, and the divine order. Okay? The divine order. And so we want to, talk also about the divine, what we call the divine preservation. And these are the sacred selection of the animals, right? We know, we've heard it, we've seen it. Taking the animals two by two. What does that represent? So this is, again, everything is sacred order. Everything has purpose. So taking animals two by two represents consciousness choice about what to preserve through transformation. Okay? Within transformation, there are some things that we preserve, but there's also things that no longer serve us or no longer serve our spiritual growth that we must not preserve. Okay? These are the things that we're not selecting. Okay? This isn't about physical creatures, but about essential quality. Okay? About essential qualities that we must have and must maintain and preserve during this transformation. And the two by two represents balance aspects. Okay? There is a balancing. There is, again, we talk about our divine masculine, our divine feminine, our yin and yang. There has to be balance. And also they represent core truths. And we've heard this before. There is this person's truth and that person's truth, and then there is the truth, which is the core truth. Okay, the core truth. These are divine principles. Okay, divine principles. So the animals 2 by 2 symbolize qualities to preserve, balanced aspect, essential nature. Each one of these animals had a specific nature, and that specific nature determined what it was called. Okay? And it also represents divine completeness. They're bringing these two together, bringing our nature, our essence, our divine masculine and divine feminine coming together is divine completeness. Divine completeness. So, what does Noah represent? What does Noah represent? Noah's name actually, again, it means something, right? Noah's name means something. Noah's name means rest. Okay, means rest. And what I'm gonna do? Let me go to my notes because I want to make sure, because I write these notes down. I want to make sure that as I did my study, that I give you what I have uncovered. And I encourage you to do your own study. And again, if you want to, have Bible study, right? You want to have Bible studies, just email me at revstephon@gmail.com. revstephon@gmail.com. So, we have Noah mean rest, and it also means Noah means rest. If Adam don't get on them, so I get everything. And my note got Noah. Okay. I'll make sure. Noah means rest, repose, and comfort. That's what Noah means. Noah means rest or repose or comfort. That's what Noah means. So what's his purpose? What's his role? In the rest, repose, or comfort. Noah's role is consciousness, cooperation, okay, and divine obedience, and sacred trust, and faithful stewardship. Right. So this his role. Now, his name means rest and comfort. Okay, but his role, Noah's role, is consciousness cooperation. So there's this cooperation, this obedience that happens during this time, right? During this time, of transformation, there is also this time, to rest in this ark of safety, this sacred ark, okay? This sacred container. And it's also Noah's role is faithful stewardship. Okay, faithful stewardship. So one of the things we want to do we talked about things have to be applicable, right? Things have to be applicable, or they should be applicable. Okay, and so we want to work with this blood consciousness, right? This cleansing. We want to work with this cleansing, this divine cleansing, because we want to make sure that while we are in this sacred space, while we are in this place of transformation, that we preserve the essential qualities, that we also cleanse us from those things that no longer serve us, okay? So in this cleansing practice, I want to take notes, we want to enter the waters, right? You want to enter the waters. The waters are cleansing. You want to enter the waters. And as you enter the waters, we want you to feel the divine flow. Feel the divine flow. and allow for purification to take place. Allow for purification to take place, and trust the process. Please, okay? Trust the process. And no matter what, right? In this flood consciousness, right? Remember, those 40 days represent 40 stages of transformation. Trust the process and maintain your faith. Maintain your faith. So as we're working with this flood consciousness, we enter into the cleansing practice, into those waters, right? But also we want to build your ark. Build your ark, okay? Remember, the ark is a sacred space, is a sacred container. It is a safe place. So as you build your ark, you want to create sacred space. Create sacred space. And establish your boundaries. Establish your boundaries. Preserve wisdom. Preserve these. Wisdom represents those animals. These are things that you preserve, along with the essential qualities, the core truths. You want to preserve wisdom. Preserve wisdom and trust divine timing. We can make all set all the goals and all these different things like that, but it's still going to happen. This transformation is still going to happen in divine time, right? In Kairos, God's time, right? So you build your ark. And I also want to touch on the rainbow, right? This rainbow covenant. I want to touch on that. The rainbow represents divine promise in consciousness. This isn't about weather, right? This isn't about now the rain has stopped and the sun is out, and the rainbow appears. We're not talking about that, even though rainbows are pretty, but the rainbow is a representation, right? The divine promise that transformation has been completed. That transformation has been completed. It is a divine assurance that you can always trust source if you just trust the process. It is also a symbol of new beginnings. New beginning. And it also represents sacred cycles. Remember, we go through cycles, okay? The earth goes through cycles. We go through cycles mentally, physically, and especially spiritually, okay? And then there's we want to recognize new earth, right? New earth. Essentially, consciously, right? The earth has been destroyed. Right. The earth also, remember, represents our mind, represents our consciousness. So going through this transformation, the old earth, right, that old consciousness has been destroyed. There's a new earth, right? New earth. So emerging from the flood represents renewed consciousness, fresh perspective, clear vision, and divine restart. I'm going to repeat that. Emerging from the flood represents renewed consciousness, fresh perspective, clear vision, and a divine restart. Okay? So as we begin to close out, and again, we want to make sure that there is some way that we can make this practical, that you can apply it to your daily life. So we want to talk about and write this down, your personal flood work, okay? This is your personal flood work, applying these principles into your daily life, to our daily life. So we want to recognize cleansing cycles, that there, when we get to that point, where where we just have to cleanse. When we get to that point where we know that we need spiritual renewal, we know that we need a transformation. We know that we are dealing with so many things that no longer serve our spiritual growth. We want to recognize those cycles and build your inner sanctuary. So, in this personal flow work, there is a recognizing of cleansing cycle, building of your inner sanctuary, your sacred space, preserving core truth, right? Preserving core truth and trusting divine process. So we're working constantly with this transformation. You want to allow for necessary release. Maintain your sacred space. Remember the boundary and keep a divine perspective. You are divine. You hold divinity within you. Keep that divine perspective and embrace renewal. Okay? Always embrace renewal. Just as, our bodies, our skin cells, our tissue, everything renews itself. We want to embrace this renewal. Okay? Embrace this renewal. So as we close, again, breathe out the negativity, breathe in the positivity. It's about renewal. It's about transformation. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the waters of renewal. Your arc of consciousness is secure. Divine cleansing is complete. And new life is emerging. Okay? Remember that to feel the waters of renewal, understand and accept that your arc of consciousness is secure. It is a sacred space. Divine cleansing is complete, and new life is emerging. Again, thank you. This has been Connecting to Source with Rev Stephon. Again, I am your humble host, Rev Stephon. Until we meet again, until we meet in our next episode, peace, blessing, and light.